It's 9 p.m. You're 40 miles from the nearest town, the sun is down, and your dashboard just flashed 3% battery. This isn't a hypothetical scenario. It's the reality of the electric revolution that nobody wants to talk about. Today, we aren't looking at 0 to 60 times. We are looking at the brutal truth of riding 500 miles in a weekend. We have the legendary BMW GS, the futuristic Verge TS Ultra, and the established Zero lineup. The question is simple. Is electric technology actually viable for touring right now, or is it still just a cool city toy that pretends to be a traveler? Battle 1, the Adventure Kings, BMW R 1300 GS versus Energica Experia. First up, the Battle of the Adventure Kings. In the petrol corner, the BMW R 1300 GS, the global gold standard for crossing continents. In the electric corner, the Energica Experia, the only electric bike built from the ground up for touring, complete with hard luggage and wind protection. On paper, it's close. On the highway, it's not. The BMW GS offers over 250 miles of effortless freedom at any speed. The Experia is incredible in the city, but past 70 miles per hour, the battery drops like a stone. Wind resistance kills electric range. You might plan for 200 miles, but at highway speeds, you're watching that number disappear faster than the road. Then there's the brutal truth of refueling. Deep in the mountains, the GS can fuel up at any rusty pump, or even from a jerry can in 5 minutes. Put the Experia in that same spot, and you're in trouble. A wall outlet takes all night. You need a fast charger, and if that remote town doesn't have one, you aren't just delayed, you're stranded. However, the Experia wins on ride quality. It's buttery smooth with zero vibration. Passing a truck doesn't require downshifting. You just twist and teleport. By comparison, the GS feels like a tractor, vibrating, rumbling, and demanding gear changes. For some, that mechanical character is the point, but the Experia feels like a magic carpet. The verdict? The Energica rides better, smoother, and less tiring. But the BMW GS is the better adventure tool. The smooth motor isn't worth the logistical nightmare of planning every mile. On the GS, getting lost is a luxury. On the Experia, it's a crisis. Until chargers are everywhere, the Petrol King keeps its crown. Battle 2. Sport touring. This is about eating up miles at speed. In the petrol corner, the Kawasaki Ninja 1000 SX, a legend with a screaming inline-4. In the electric corner, the Zero DSR/S, sleek and futuristic. The problem is simple. At 80 miles per hour, wind hits you like a wall. The Kawasaki loves this. It settles into a hum and holds speed for hours. On the Zero, you're constantly doing mental math as range drops faster than the odometer climbs. You end up drafting behind semi-trucks just to limp to the next charger. However, the Zero wins on comfort. Petrol sport bikes roast your legs in traffic. The Kawasaki can feel like a toaster oven. The Zero is completely cool. No exhaust heat, no engine radiation. In stop-and-go traffic, it's a sanctuary. But let's do the math. The $7,300 price gap buys roughly 1,800 gallons of gas, about 73,000 miles of riding. You'd have to circle the Earth 3 times to break even. The pattern is clear. The electric bike is incredible for the first 100 miles. But while the Zero rider is searching for a plug, the Kawasaki rider has refilled, grabbed a snack, and is 50 miles down the road. For covering serious ground, gas is the only logical tool. Next, Battle 3, Muscle and Tech. This is about ego and raw power. Petrol corner, Ducati Diavel V4, loud, Italian, and aggressive. Electric corner, Verge TS Ultra, a sci-fi machine with a hubless rear wheel. The wow factor is huge. The Ducati turns heads with its thunderous V4 sound. But the Verge stops traffic. That hubless rear wheel looks like a glitch in the Matrix. People stare and put their hands through it to confirm it's real. If you want attention, the Verge wins. Then there's power. The Verge puts down 1,200 Newton-meters of torque, nearly 10 times the Ducati. It's instant and violent. Trying to ride smoothly with that much power is hard work. It's like walking a tiger on a leash. Maintenance? The Verge wins. No chain, no oil, no valves. Just tires and brake pads. The Ducati is famous for expensive service. The Verge is a plug-and-play dream. But the soul is missing. The Ducati barks and vibrates, letting the world know you've arrived. The Verge is a silent ghost. You're doing triple digits with zero sound. It's surreal. But if you want emotion, the Ducati wins. If you want a silent assassin, the Verge takes it. Battle 4. The Versatile Adventurers, Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus versus Zero DSR/X. The muscle bikes are incredible for the ego, but let's get real. Most of us need a bike that does more than just win stoplight drags. We need a machine that works on a Tuesday commute and a Saturday escape. That brings us to the bikes people actually buy, the Versatile Adventurers. In the gas corner, we have the Yamaha Tracer 9 GT Plus. It is a high-tech marvel packed with features that used to be found only on luxury cars. In the electric corner, we have the Zero DSR/X. This is the brand's most capable adventure tour, designed to take electric riding off the beaten path. When we look at the technology suite, the difference in philosophy is striking. The Yamaha has safety features that feel like magic. It uses radar to watch the car in front of you. If that car slows down, the bike automatically slows down too. It also has semi-active suspension that adjusts hundreds of times a second based on the road surface. It feels like a bike from the future, but it runs on gas. The Zero DSR/X takes a Silicon Valley approach. It relies heavily on its app and software. You can tune the torque, adjust the regenerative braking, and track your rides on your phone. It is cool, and tech lovers enjoy tweaking the settings, but it lacks the hardware-based active safety that makes the Yamaha such a weapon for long-distance touring. Then there is the weight. Batteries are heavy, plain and simple. The Zero DSR/X handles okay, but you feel that heavy battery in the corners. When you try to turn, the bike feels like it wants to keep going straight. It takes real effort to wrestle it through a curve. The Yamaha, by comparison, feels light and agile. You can flick it from side to side with just a nudge on the handlebars. On a twisty mountain road, the Yamaha dances while the Zero feels like it is doing a workout. But the biggest difference shows up when you try to actually use these bikes for a full day of riding. Let's run a time lapse on a 300-mile Saturday trip to see the difference. 8 a.m. Both bikes leave the garage. 10:30 a.m. The Yamaha is 150 miles deep in the mountains. The Zero is pulling into a charging station. 11:15 a.m. The Yamaha rider is eating lunch at a scenic overlook. The Zero rider is still in a Walmart parking lot waiting for 80% charge. 2 p.m. The Yamaha is home, washed, and parked. The Zero is stopping for its second charge of the day. The Yamaha buys you time. The Zero turns a day trip into a waiting game. Finally, we have to talk about resale value. This is the financial brutal truth. Batteries degrade over time, just like the battery in your smartphone. A 5-year-old phone battery is annoying. A 5-year-old motorcycle battery is a financial liability. People are scared to buy used electric bikes. They know that if the battery dies, it costs thousands of dollars to fix. It's like buying a used phone that won't hold a charge. The Yamaha, however, uses a traditional engine. A well-maintained gas engine with 20,000 miles is just getting broken in. It holds its value because the next owner knows it will run for another decade. Buying the Zero is a gamble on future battery health. Buying the Yamaha is an investment in proven mechanical reliability. Our final battle takes us to the streets. These are the urban escapists, naked bikes that live in the city during the week but want to escape on the weekends. In the petrol corner, we have the Triumph Street 765. It is sharp, aggressive, and carries the DNA of a race bike. In the electric corner, we have the Livewire 1. This was formerly a Harley-Davidson product, but now it stands on its own as a premium electric roadster. If you strictly stay within the city limits, the Livewire 1 lands a solid punch. It is an absolute weapon in traffic. There is no clutch to manage, no gears to shift, and no heat roasting your legs at stoplights. You see a gap in traffic, you twist the throttle, and you are there instantly. It makes city riding feel like a video game. The Triumph is fantastic, but in gridlock, it becomes a torture device. You are constantly working the clutch until your hand cramps, while the engine heat roasts your inner thighs like you are straddling a radiator. In the concrete jungle, the Livewire is cool, silent, and superior. But the moment you leave the city limits, the tables turn completely. The Livewire has zero wind protection and a riding position that turns your body into a sail. At highway speeds, the wind noise is deafening and the range plummets. You might get 70 miles of highway riding before you are in the danger zone. The Triumph, while also a naked bike, can cruise at highway speeds for over 150 miles on a tank. We have to talk about the group ride tax. If you ride with friends on gas bikes, you become the anchor. They fill up in 2 minutes and are ready to carve the next canyon. You need 40 minutes at a plug. You kill the momentum. The brutal truth isn't about the waiting, it's about the invite. After you ruin the flow of 2 group rides, the text messages stop coming. They go riding without you because they don't want to plan their day around your battery. The Triumph keeps you in the pack. The Livewire gets you left behind. Then there is reliability. The Triumph Street 77765 is a solid machine. The engine has been tested for years and is tough as nails. The Livewire 1 has the same software problems as many new electric cars. Sometimes the screens freeze. Sometimes it won't talk to the charger. A bad update can even leave the bike stuck and unable to start. When you are 100 miles from home, you want a bike that just works, not a computer that needs a reboot. The verdict for this battle is clear. If your definition of long distance is a 50-mile loop on a Sunday morning, the Livewire is an incredible machine. It offers a riding sensation that gas bikes can't match. But if you want to truly escape, to ride 3 states over or just disappear for a whole day, the Triumph is the only logical choice. It gives you the freedom to roam without a tether. The final verdict. We have looked at the data, the ride quality, and the logistics. The pattern is undeniable. Electric motorcycles offer incredible torque, low maintenance, and a smooth, futuristic ride that is genuinely addictive. But for long-distance riding, Petrol still owns the ultimate luxury: freedom. If you ride on a strict schedule and plan every stop, electric works. If you ride to escape schedules and just go where the road takes you, stick to Petrol. So, which compromise would you rather live with? The planning of the future or the freedom of the past? Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe for more honest comparisons that cut through the hype.